just 22 years old, Caitlin Clark has become a sensation in the world of basketball, known for her incredible skill and competitive spirit. Her journey from a high school prodigy to a college basketball phenomenon has been nothing short of extraordinary, capturing the hearts of fans and the attention of sports analysts across the nation. Recently, however, it's not just her game that has everyone talking. After months of speculation and whispered conversations in sports circles, Clark has finally addressed the swirling rumors, and her response has left fans buzzing with excitement and curiosity. The basketball world has been on edge, wondering about the nature of these rumors. Are they about her future plans in the sport, a potential move to a professional team earlier than expected, or perhaps something even more unexpected that could change the landscape of women's basketball? Whatever the case, Caitlin's revelation is poised to shake up the sports world and solidify her status as one of the most compelling figures in the game today. Clark's journey in college basketball has been nothing short of extraordinary. From the moment she stepped onto the collegiate stage, she has captivated audiences with her incredible skills, unwavering work ethic, and fierce competitive spirit. Her ability to dominate games, break records, and elevate her team's performance has drawn comparisons to some of the greatest players in basketball history, both male and female. However, with her rising fame has come a complex mix of admiration and scrutiny from fans, analysts, and fellow athletes alike. The story of Caitlin Clark is one of talent meeting opportunity and hard work. Growing up in West Des Moines, Iowa, Clark showed an early aptitude for basketball. Her parents, recognizing her potential, encouraged her passion, spending countless hours rebounding for her as she honed her shooting skills. This dedication laid the foundation for what would become one of the most impressive skill sets in college basketball. Clark's high school career was a preview of the greatness to come. At Dowling Catholic High School, she quickly became the team's star player, leading them to multiple state championships. Her scoring ability was already legendary, with Clark regularly putting up 30 or 40-point games. But it wasn't just her scoring that set her apart. Even then, Clark displayed an exceptional basketball IQ, making plays that left coaches and scouts in awe. As her high school career progressed, the accolades began to pile up. Clark was named Iowa's Miss Basketball, a McDonald's All-American, and one of the top recruits in the nation. College coaches from across the country vied for her attention, but in the end, Clark chose to stay close to home, committing to the University of Iowa. This decision would prove to be a game changer not just for Clark, but for the entire Iowa women's basketball program. From the outset of her college career, Clark's talent was undeniable. Her ability to score from seemingly anywhere on the court, combined with her exceptional court vision and passing skills, made her a triple threat that few opponents could handle. She didn't just play the game, she commanded it, orchestrating plays and making split-second decisions that often left both defenders and spectators in awe. In her freshman year, Clark wasted no time making her mark. She led the nation in scoring, averaging an impressive 26.6 points per game. But it wasn't just her scoring that impressed. She also ranked second nationally in assists, showcasing her ability to make her teammates better. This combination of scoring and playmaking drew comparisons to NBA stars like Stephen Curry and Trae Young, players known for their ability to dominate games through both scoring and passing. Fans quickly fell in love with Clark's playing style, which blends finesse with a fierce competitive edge. Her ability to sink three-pointers from well beyond the arc became her signature move, earning her the nickname Logo Clark for her penchant for shooting from near the half-court logo. But it wasn't just her long-range shooting that impressed. Clark's ball-handling skills allowed her to create space against any defender, while her court awareness and ability to thread passes through the tightest of windows showcased a basketball IQ far beyond her years. As Clark's sophomore year began, expectations were sky-high. Rather than succumb to the pressure, she seemed to thrive on it. Her scoring average increased, and she continued to rack up assists at an impressive rate. But perhaps most importantly, Clark's play elevated the entire Iowa team. The Hawkeyes became a force to be reckoned with in the Big Ten Conference, with Clark leading them to victories over ranked opponents and deep runs in both the conference and NCAA tournaments. It was during her junior year that Clark truly cemented her status as a basketball icon. She led Iowa to the NCAA championship game, putting up incredible performances game after game in the tournament. Although Iowa fell short in the final, Clark's tournament run was the stuff of legend. She broke numerous records, including the most points scored in an NCAA tournament, and her performances drew praise from basketball legends and casual fans alike. As Clark's reputation grew, so did her influence on the game. Young basketball players, especially girls, found in her a new role model. Here was a player who wasn't just competing but dominating, proving that skill, dedication, and confidence could break down barriers in sports. Many supporters view her not just as an athlete, but as a beacon of inspiration for young female athletes aspiring to make their mark in a field often dominated by male narratives. Social media platforms became a hotbed for discussions about Clark. Highlights from her games often went viral, with clips of impossible shots and no-look passes being shared and reshared thousands of times. Fans praised her for breaking records and leading her team, the Iowa Hawkeyes, to unprecedented success. Each game seemed to bring a new milestone, whether it was surpassing scoring records or notching triple-doubles that put her in the company of basketball legends. Clark's impact extended beyond just her on-court performances. Television ratings for Iowa games skyrocketed, with networks scrambling to feature as many Hawkeyes games as possible. Attendance at both home and away games surged, with fans eager to see Clark play in person. This increased visibility had a ripple effect on women's college basketball as a whole, bringing new fans to the sport and elevating its profile in the national sports conversation. Clark's charisma and authenticity endeared her to many, as she often interacted with supporters, sharing insights into her training and personal life. This connection helped solidify her status as a beloved figure in women's sports. Unlike some athletes who become distant with fame, Clark remained approachable, often staying after games to sign autographs and take pictures with young fans. Her genuine love for the game and appreciation for her supporters shone through in every interaction. However, the intense spotlight that comes with such rapid rise to fame also brought about its share of criticism. As Clark's profile grew, so did the expectations placed upon her shoulders. Some critics, perhaps uncomfortable with the level of attention she was receiving, began to focus on her performance in high-pressure situations. They questioned whether she could deliver consistently against elite competition, scrutinizing every missed shot or turnover with an intensity rarely seen in college sports. Detractors sometimes pointed to instances where Clark appeared frustrated or emotional during games, interpreting these moments as signs of weakness or lack of composure. This scrutiny highlighted a common double standard often faced by female athletes, where displays of emotion are often labeled negatively, while male athletes exhibiting similar behavior might be celebrated for their passion and intensity. One particularly vocal critic, a former college coach turned commentator, went as far as to suggest that Clark's style of play was selfish and not conducive to team success. This criticism sparked heated debates on sports talk shows and social media, with Clark's supporters vehemently defending her play and pointing to her high assist numbers as evidence of her team-first mentality. One of the most significant flashpoints in Clark's career came during a highly publicized matchup against a rival team. The game, hyped for weeks as a clash between two of the best players in college basketball, featured fierce competition from the opening tip. Tensions ran high as both teams fought for every possession, with the lead changing hands multiple times throughout the contest. Clark's performance was electric, as she poured in points and dazzled with her passing. However, a controversial play late in the game sparked intense debate among fans and analysts alike. With her team trailing by a single point and only seconds remaining on the clock, Clark drove to the basket, drawing contact from a defender. The referee's whistle remained silent, and Clark's shot rimmed out as time expired. In the heat of the moment, Clark's frustration was evident. She gestured animatedly towards the officials, her face a mix of disbelief and anger. This display of emotion became the talking point of the post-game discussion, overshadowing what had been an otherwise brilliant performance. Critics seized on this moment, accusing Clark of poor sportsmanship and claiming that her competitive nature had crossed a line. They argued that her reaction was unbecoming of a star player and set a poor example for younger athletes watching. This incident ignited a wave of online discourse where passionate fans defended her actions, asserting that her drive to win and her emotional investment in the game were testaments to her character as an athlete. The debate raged on social media platforms and sports talk shows for days. Some saw Clark's reaction as a refreshing display of passion in an era where many athletes seemed disinterested or aloof. Others viewed it as a momentary lapse in judgment from a young player still learning to handle the pressures of stardom. In the wake of the controversy, several sports experts stepped forward to defend Clark. Many commentators emphasized the importance of competitiveness in sports, arguing that her intensity was a hallmark of great players throughout history. They pointed to legendary figures in basketball who were known for their fiery demeanor on the court, suggesting that Clark's passion was a sign of her commitment to excellence rather than a character flaw. Analysts dug deeper into Clark's game, highlighting how her competitive drive translated into tangible results on the court. They pointed out that her fierce desire to win is what set her apart from her peers and contributed to her remarkable success. Statistical breakdowns showed how Clark's performance often elevated in crucial moments, with her scoring average and assist numbers rising significantly in close games and during tournament play. Former players turned commentators shared their own experiences, recalling moments when their emotions got the better of them during high-stakes games. They emphasized the intense pressure that comes with being a star player, especially in the age of social media, where every action is scrutinized and debated in real time. These perspectives help to contextualize Clark's behavior, reminding critics that athletes are human beings capable of momentary lapses in composure, especially in the heat of competition.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest things is, my teammates ride my emotions, whether I like it or not, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. And I think that's something I've had to learn is, they're going to feel what I feel. I'm their emotional leader. And I think it's something I've embraced. And I think it's a powerful tool. Like you saw, like the things I can say about my teammates and truly believe and instill that confidence in them, that's one of the coolest things.
As the debate continued, Clark's relationship with her teammates became a focal point of discussion. Far from being alienated by her intensity, her fellow players consistently praised her leadership skills and work ethic. In interviews, they spoke of how Clark's drive to improve not only elevated her own game, but inspired those around her to push their limits as well. Teammates shared anecdotes of Clark's dedication, describing early morning shooting sessions and late-night film study. They talked about how she would stay after practice to work with younger players, sharing tips and encouragement. This camaraderie created a sense of unity within the team that resonated with fans, showcasing the positive aspects of Clark's competitive nature. Even amidst the swirling criticism, her teammates stood firmly by her side. They defended her in press conferences and on social media, reinforcing the message that true greatness is often a product of collaboration and mutual support. This show of solidarity not only helped to quell the controversy, but also gave fans a glimpse into the strong bonds that Clark had forged with her fellow players. As the season progressed, Clark seemed determined to let her play do the talking. Each game became an opportunity for her to demonstrate her resilience and skill in the face of increased scrutiny. And demonstrate she did. Clark put together a string of performances that were nothing short of spectacular, breaking school records, conference records, and even some national records along the way. In one particularly memorable game, Clark notched a triple-double while also surpassing the 2,000 point mark for her career, becoming the fastest player in Division I history to reach that milestone. Her ability to impact the game in multiple ways, scoring, passing, and rebounding, showcased the completeness of her skill set and silenced many of her critics. Fans rallied behind Clark with renewed vigor. Social media was flooded with highlights of her best plays, statistical comparisons placing her among the all-time greats, and passionate defenses of her character and playing style. The controversy that had threatened to overshadow her accomplishments instead seemed to have galvanized her support base. Experts continued to analyze her gameplay, but the focus shifted from criticizing her emotional displays to marveling at her basketball IQ. Detailed breakdowns of her decision-making on the court revealed a player who was constantly reading the game, anticipating defensive schemes, and making split-second choices that often led to easy baskets for her team. The more Clark succeeded, the more her influence grew beyond just the basketball court. She became a cultural icon, a symbol of excellence and determination for young athletes everywhere. Her jersey sales skyrocketed, not just in Iowa but across the country. She began appearing in national advertising campaigns, her face becoming as recognizable to casual sports fans as it was to die-hard basketball enthusiasts. Off the court, Clark embraced her platform to advocate for women's sports. In interviews and public appearances, she frequently discussed the importance of visibility and support for female athletes. She encouraged fans to invest in women's programs, attend games, and follow women's sports with the same fervor given to men's leagues. Clark's impact extended beyond her individual performances, as she became a driving force in elevating the profile of women's basketball as a whole. Television ratings for her games consistently broke records, and arenas sold out wherever she played. This surge in interest translated into increased coverage of women's basketball across all levels, from high school to the professional ranks.
For me, it's not like a surprise. I feel like I just continue to put my head down and keep working and have a lot of belief in the people around me, but I don't know. I mean, I don't feel famous. Like, I don't feel like a celebrity.
Despite her growing fame and influence, those close to Clark insist that she remains remarkably grounded. Her lifestyle, they say, is surprisingly modest for someone of her stature in the sports world. Instead of indulging in the trappings of celebrity, Clark maintains a disciplined routine focused on basketball and her studies. A typical day for Clark starts early, with pre-dawn workouts designed to improve her strength and conditioning. These sessions, often grueling in their intensity, lay the foundation for her on-court stamina and explosiveness. From there, it's on to classes, where Clark is said to be as dedicated to her studies as she is to her sport. Afternoons are devoted to team practices and individual skill work. Clark is known to spend hours perfecting her shooting form, working on new dribble moves, and studying game film to identify areas for improvement. Even after official practices end, it's not uncommon to find her in the gym, putting up extra shots or working on specific aspects of her game. Rather than hitting the town or attending high-profile events, Clark's evenings are often spent at home, recovering from the day's exertions and preparing for the challenges ahead. She prioritizes proper nutrition and adequate rest, understanding that these factors are crucial to maintaining her high level of performance. This dedication to her craft extends to her personal life as well. While many athletes of her caliber might flaunt designer clothes or luxury cars, Clark prefers a more understated approach. She's often seen in practical athletic wear, focused more on comfort and functionality than making a fashion statement. Her car, by all accounts, is modest, chosen for reliability rather than flash. Clark's humble lifestyle reflects her unwavering commitment to basketball and personal growth. It's as if she's made a conscious choice to live below her means, channeling all her energy and resources into becoming the best player she can be. This approach has endeared her even further to fans who see in her a refreshing counterpoint to the stereotype of the pampered, entitled athlete. Social media, often a platform for athletes to showcase lavish lifestyles, is used differently by Clark. Her posts typically center around basketball, highlighting team moments, personal milestones, and her connection to fans. When she does share glimpses of her personal life, they often feature family gatherings or quiet moments with close friends, a far cry from the party scenes or luxury vacations often associated with sports stars. Clark's relationship with fame is uniquely grounded. While many athletes might be drawn to the spotlight, reveling in the attention and perks that come with stardom, she seems more focused on staying true to herself and her goals. She's aware of the attention she receives, but doesn't let it define her or dictate her actions. This approach to fame and success has not gone unnoticed by coaches, teammates, and opponents. Many have commented on Clark's maturity and focus, noting how rare it is to see a young athlete handle such intense scrutiny with such poise. Her ability to block out distractions and maintain her concentration on improvement and team success has become legendary within basketball circles.
Caitlin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her, and I respect that respectfully.
As Clark continues to make waves in the basketball world, her recent statement addressing the long-standing rumors has only intensified the public's fascination with her. The speculation had been building for months, with fans and media alike trying to decipher cryptic social media posts or read between the lines of post-game interviews. When Clark finally broke her silence, it was in characteristically understated fashion. There was no flashy press conference or exclusive televised interview. Instead, she chose to address the rumors through a simple post on her social media accounts, staying true to her direct communication style with fans. However, a recent revelation has sent shockwaves through the basketball world. While the specifics remain closely guarded, it's clear that whatever Clark has shared will have significant implications for her career and the sport as a whole. Theories and predictions abound, with many speculating about the nature of her announcement and its potential impact on her future. As the basketball world eagerly awaits further details, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark's journey is far from over. Her unwavering determination and exceptional talent make her a force to be reckoned with, and her future in the sport remains filled with endless possibilities.